Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I guess just a little info about it is this is a video inspired by Jaclyn Hill. I was watching one of her old videos. I think it's called like her everyday daytime glam sort of look, and it's from I think a year ago, and I remember how much I loved that video after watching it again, so I kind of got like really inspired to do it. I did use her highlight, the champagne pop, and she also has her collaboration party today in New York. So I just got super pumped today. I was super inspired by her, so this is the look I kind of recreated. It's not exact, but I definitely got a lot of inspiration from that look. And if you guys want to see how I got it, then just keep on. Okay, so to start out this video, I'm going to be taking my Tartelette palette and the shade Force of Nature, which is just like a really nice transition shade. And I'm just going to begin working that in the crease. I was watching some of Jaclyn Hill's videos today, and I just got really inspired by, it was like her like everyday glam one or something like that. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I need to recreate this look. It just looked so beautiful on her. Like it's one of my all-time favorite looks. And I was just like, I need to recreate this. So this is inspired by that video. I'm not going to try and exactly replicate it, but I am like very much inspired by it because I just absolutely love it. I was literally right in the middle of filming and my tongue ring fell out, and I just painted my nail so it tasted like nail polish putting it back in, so that's really gross. Okay, moving on. It's just been a very dysfunctional day. Alright, so I'm going to be just taking a shade darker. What is it called? Wanderer. Right here, it's just a little bit darker. I'm really trying to slowly build up these crease colors because I don't want it to be too harsh right away. You definitely want this to be very soft and kind of smoky. It's not going to be very smoky because it's very very much a daytime look, so it's going to be kept very soft and smoky. So just with that same fluffy brush, taking that big color, just fluffing it around in the crease and outer V. And then for the last little bit of definition in the crease, I'm going to be taking Dreamer, which is up here. It's like a mid-tone brown. I'm just going to take that on a more precise brush, the E25, and I'm just going to try and keep that a bit more focused in my outer V first. So just begin by tapping it in my outer V and slightly into my crease. And then, like, I'm just going to brush off even more excess product, then go in and blend with that exact same brush. So I'm going to do that on both of my eyes. Just first get the product on the brush, tap it where I want the majority of the pigment to stay, and then go in and blend it further. Alright, I'm not sure if it's my camera or my lighting. I am just using a desk lamp, so this isn't the best lighting, so I look very washed out and kind of gross. But this is quite pigmented in person. It is pretty dark, like it's obviously not black or anything. It's a little darker than it is showing up on camera, but as usual, you can make makeup adjust to you. If you want to make this super dark and smoky, totally go for it. I'm just trying to keep it more daytime appropriate. You can go lighter than this. It's really all up to you. So I think I'm just gonna stop there with the colors. I think that's gonna be good enough. And now I'm going to go in for my lid. I'm going to be taking Amber Rush, which is a L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow. It's like, I'm pretty sure I've tried to describe this before, and I was just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's kind of coppery. It looks darker in the pan than it actually comes up on the skin. So I'm going to spritz my really flat, it's a concealer brush, but I just use it for like my lid. I'm just going to spritz it because I want there to be, oh jeez, quite the metallic sheen to this. So I'm going to put this into the product, and I'm just going to swipe it back and forth from outer corner to inner corner. For these Infallible eyeshadows, wetting the brush you're using makes a world of difference. It definitely makes it look more foiled. I'm pretty sure my camera won't pick it up, but it's definitely much more pronounced, and it's a lot stronger and not harsh, but it definitely makes more of an impact than if you were to just go in with your finger or a dry brush. So I'm just going to quickly clean it up by taking that Sigma E25 brush and just mixing Force of Nature and Dreamer a little bit, tapping off the excess, and just going right over that line where the Infallible eyeshadows and then the Tartelette eyeshadows meet, just to kind of buff it out and make it less pronounced. Okay, so I just went ahead and buffed out all those colors. I also put on an eyelid or a eyebrow shade. There we go. And I'm just going to go in with my eyeliner. I'm going to be using my liquid eyeliner, but it's going to be a very thin line, and I'm also going to do a very teeny tiny little wing. In Jaclyn's video, she just put some gel eyeliner on the base just to kind of hide the base of the eyelashes, which is what I usually tend to do a lot of the time. But I really like the way like really thin liquid eyeliner with the wing look, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna try and do it on camera. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna switch over, so I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I just did about as thin of a line as I can with the liquid liner, and now I'm going to share with you guys a little trick. I'm sure some of you have heard it before, but I just really think it's a valuable tip, and it really helps me when it comes to like eyeliner and mascara and lashes. So I'm going to take my black shade, sorry for blinding you, in Fashionista from the Tartelette palette, in just a really tiny little angled brush, and I'm just going to set it. Even though liquid does dry down to like, it's like, think of it as a paint, it does dry down to the point where you can't really smudge it off that easily, but I just like the way this makes the eyeliner finish. It makes it look matte, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The reason why I like to do that is because it gives a more matte appearance to the liquid eyeliner. Even though the one I have dries to a matte finish, it just makes it look more matte, if that makes sense. And when I curl my eyelashes, sometimes, like if I'm not gonna wear lashes that day and I'm just gonna curl them, I like to get right up to the base, like right up to the point where I'm almost pinching the skin and I am touching skin. And notice sometimes when I curl my eyelashes after I do my eyeliner, some of it will be rubbed off and you can see the skin underneath, and the powder helps to prevent that. Just like when you put on foundation and you set it with the powder, it's not gonna move as much when you touch it because it's gonna be set into place. Alright, so I just popped some falsies on. They're kind of hard to see. Once again, it's the lighting. Don't blame me, we're just gonna move on. Alright, so I'm just going to get started with my foundation and just kind of talk to you guys since, you know, it's nothing special. I noticed in these lashes that there are some brown, like, actual lashes in there. So it definitely kind of creates a softer look, which I don't know if I was quite going for, I guess, with this entire thing. But I kind of appreciate it because it definitely does add a softer look to it. It's not super harsh and black, which I personally don't mind if my lashes are all black, but I guess some people do. So whatever works for you, works for you. I'm using my True Match Lumi and then just my Real Techniques Expert face brush just to blend it in. I forgot how much I loved this foundation. Like, I remember I got it and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Used it for like 2 solid weeks, and then for some reason I just didn't touch it again. And I was like, what the hell? So it was just kind of sitting off to the side, I guess because I got like new foundations and I found like new techniques to kind of apply foundation. So I kind of pushed it off to the side, and then I picked it up again today because I filmed my the golden burgundy look today, which will probably be up before this one. I filmed that today and I was like, well, I don't want to do something super heavy, even though it is a very dramatic look. I didn't want it to be super heavy on the skin. I want to do like a full face foundation routine where it's like the whole spiel, like the heavy foundation, the blending, the baking, the contour, just like the whole shebang. So I'm hoping to do that soon. So I reached for this one, which is a lot lighter, and I forgot how much I loved it. It's the only foundation I own that I can apply with a brush, which I find very interesting because I guess because I wear thicker, heavier foundations, so I always have to use like a beauty blender. I can't use brushes. Look how luminous that makes me. I love it. I don't know, it's very weird. I'm using my NYX concealer because it oxidized. Maybe not. It's still pretty light. I really want to get a concealer that's closer to my skin tone, just so because during the summertime I really like a more, like, less highlighted look under the eyes. I don't like the stark white as much. So I'm gonna hopefully get one of those soon. Under the eye. Okay. I hate this lighting. I hate that my camera does that. It's just part of being broke, I guess. You just work with what you got. It'll do. I'm just gonna bring some of that concealer everywhere else because I'm sure I put too much under there and I should be working it somewhere else. But yeah, it definitely is coming up very intense, so I'm just gonna even it out a little bit, add it to the high points, and then just blend. And that lace looks a little bit more even. I'm just gonna have to deal with what we got. I'm gonna use my Coty Airspun powder, super cheap. This is the stuff I use to bake as well, because I think it's like less than $10 for this ginormous thing of translucent powder. And it is awesome. Oh my goodness, I put a little bit too much on my brush. I'm just gonna set everywhere that I place that concealer. And just like if I was going anywhere, I wouldn't want it to budge. So I'm just gonna set everywhere that I wouldn't want to budge. I'm just gonna trace a little bit there. And then for like my contour bronzing, I'm just gonna bronze with my e.l.f. Duo in St. Lucia. I just use the bronzer because the blush, I don't know, it doesn't show up on my skin really. Like, it's so beautiful in the pan, like just look at that. But then I take it out and it's like so chalky. And I know it's not gonna show up on camera, so I'm not even gonna try, but I'll just try and describe it. Like, you put it on your finger, super duper chalky for one. And then I go and I swatch it on my hand, and the only thing comes out that once I swatch it is like gold flecks. There's no pink undertones, there's no peach, no nothing. There's no evidence that there was ever, like, you see that on my ring finger? There's like no evidence. It just comes out to pure shimmer, like this pure glitter basically, and that's like not okay. Like, it is not even like finely milled enough for if like, oh, if it just comes out like as a light shimmer, just put it as a highlight. But these are big chunks of just gold glitter, and there's like this dusty white cast undertone, which is supposed to be the blush. So love this bronzer. It's beautiful. This blush I could do without for the rest of my life. Like, if I ever repurchase this, I might just take out the blush because I can't stand it. And since this is a video inspired by Jaclyn Hill, I'm gonna go ahead and use her, it shattered a little bit. I'm gonna use her highlight with Becca Cosmetics in Champagne Pop. Love this thing. I got it in the mail and I cried because I was so excited. And look at that. It's just the most beautiful glow you could ever imagine to bring to the skin. And what's great about it is it works for me all year round. Whereas, like, I also own Moonstone, which looks really good once I've lost a little bit of like summer color. But, you know, it doesn't really work when I'm tanner, or if I am, I have to use a tiny amount and use it just at the top of my cheekbone. Whereas this, I could just like bathe in it all over my face and I'd be perfectly happy with that. Alright, I'm going, oh my god, I just broke the brush. Okay, so I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera just because that's boring, and then I'm going to come back to finish. So my brows are on. I'm going to be taking my Tartelette palette. I'm going to be taking that Dreamer shade. And that same brush I used to apply the eyeshadow, just flicked off all the pigment because I don't have a million brushes like a ton of other YouTubers do. I have like maybe 10 or 12 to work with. That's for eye brushes. So I'm just going to dip like this, the skinnier side, and I'm just going to super duper precisely, this isn't the brush for it. I'm going to take the same brush I used for my brows. It's just a little angled brush, and just really, really close to the lash line, press that in. This camera is washing me out so bad, it's not even funny. Like, I'm at least like 3 shades darker in real life compared to this camera. So that's cool. But I'm just going to take a dome shape brush and just very, very lightly blend out that lower lash line. I'm gonna try not to smoke it out too much. I can have a tendency to just like, once I begin blending on the lower lash line, just go, go, go until it's like down to my cheekbone. Not really, but kind of. I just want to soak it out ever so slightly so the line is just a little bit less hard. For the inner corner highlight, I'm just going to use the same thing I used on my cheeks with that little dome brush and just pop that. That's why I also love this highlight, is because you can use it everywhere. Face highlighting, eyebrows, eyes, you can use it all over lid shade. It's beautiful, to be honest. Like, I love it. I'm just going to put on some lower lash mascara. I'm just gonna look at the camera for this one. Time for the lips. I'm very indecisive about this one today. I know in the video she used like a really pale lipstick. I have 2 products that are kind of similar. I have the NYX Lip Lingerie in Push Up, and then I also have the Buxom Lip Gloss in White Russian. I don't know if I want to use one or the other, so I'm just going to start with the liquid lipstick because I knew for a fact I was going to go in with that. I just don't know if I want it to be glossy or not, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. Okay, so I think I'm just going to leave it at the NYX liquid lipstick because I remember last time I did that and put the Buxom, because the Buxom gloss, if you can like hear it or see it, or if you've ever used a Buxom gloss, they're a little bit on the thicker side and they're very pigmented. So I don't want to put that pigmentation over this. The one thing I am going to add for just a little pop in the center of my lips is taking Champagne Pop again. This is like a big tribute to Jaclyn Hill because, I don't know, I just love her to death. I'm just going to put this on the center of my lips. Alright, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to know what video I'm referring to, I'm going to link it in the description bar below. It's like one of my all-time favorite looks by anybody. I try to wear it as much as I can just because it's so flattering, but yet it's so simple because it only requires a few colors and it's very neutral for everyday glam. I simply love it. So I'm going to link that down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.